the Brother Leon Show. You better recognize.
Man, we are back at this again. I just got done watching a clip on Larry Reed Live. He posted it. It's been on Instagram of a young man being shot by Wisconsin police, the Kenosha police. And the person involved, his name is Jacob Blake. And he was walking back to his car. He was shot. He's in critical condition. As a result, there were protests, and I went live. I recorded via Facebook, because the crazy part about all of this is that there are certain media outlets who do not want these type of things to go out. And I don't know how long, my post is going to stay up. This post, Mercado Media, Roland Martin, I don't know. But the crazy part about all of this is that you have to understand and see where our nation is. And the whole argument right now is defunding the police. My question is, why is it that the police are not taught to de-escalate? Why is it that every time a black man is taken into custody, there's a 98% chance that he is not going to make it to the station? Same thing with our black women. Same thing, the crazy part, why is it that we have to still protest about Breonna Taylor? And the reason why I say this is the fact that they do not recognize our humanity. And I'm getting sick and tired of hearing messages about love, about forgiveness, about reconciliation. There will never be reconciliation until there is recognition. And I need for all these preaching Negroes to wake up and see that. Fred Price said that. And the fact that we can't even see it, we have prophetic eyes and can't even see it, there is something wrong with us. There is something wrong with us, because the crazy part is that we have bought that whole lie of nigger. The church has bought it. Matter of fact, it was the church, the Catholic Church, and the American church that authorized slavery. And as a result, you see what the practices are. We saw knees in people's necks, in black women's necks, in black men's necks, in black women's necks. We saw this in the civil rights area, and it became policy. It became SOP, standard operations and procedures. And so we have got to wake up and understand and know just where we are right now, because I'm here to tell you right now, there are people that are making money off of this, off of the argument. And if you don't realize that we have to get in line and vote right now, I don't care. I don't care what it takes. I want to make sure I vote. I don't care if I got to stay in that line in the rain. I'm getting my vote cast. Because the one thing you got to realize is it's about the local elections. It's about the local elections as well as the federal elections, but mainly local, because it's the local police, it's the local mayors, it's the local city council that puts the police on the street, that allows these police to take and shoot our people down. And that's why I got a problem when you have a black city council in the city of Wilmington, and yet what's going on with the body cameras, and vote that down. And the crazy thing is that we always hear it ain't never no money. But it's money for everything else. And the crazy thing about it, I gave you guys episode. It was a black mayor that allowed the daggone jump out squads in Wilmington, Delaware. And you guys got to get in tune with this whole thing of local elections, because that's where it starts. If we don't deal with this on a local level, it will never be solved. And that's the God knows truth, because you got to see who is implementing the laws. You got to see the police who are policing our communities. And the ones that are policing our communities don't even look like us half the time. And there are those who have bought into this whole lie of acceptance. Well, hey, I'm a cop. I'm this, I'm that. Yo, you gave your allegiance to a damn badge. And that's the God knows truth. Some of you, you know it. You ain't going to say nothing about it because you're more obligated to that. Because it gives you a level of acceptance. It affords you a life. And I get it. But this is something that we have got to stop. So I'm going to tell you right now, activists, we have got to organize. There's going to be a rally in Washington on the 28th. And so, hey, I'm going to be honest. I know I ain't going to make it. I just know that. But for those who can, please go if you can. I want to encourage all of those to go. And if I could free up some stuff, I may definitely go. But it's looking like, I might not be able to. But please, somebody take pictures, do videos, whatever. We have to make sure that we chronicleize and record what is happening right now. Because in order for us to change history, sometimes we got to record history and we got to put it up so people can see the truth. Because as long as you have media outlets, as long as you have social media that can silence things, that can take things down, that's the stuff that you got to worry about. And that's the God knows truth. Because whoever controls the media controls the content. And that's the God knows truth. Whoever controls the media, whoever controls the airwaves, whoever has ownership controls the content. And so I want you guys to understand and know this is why we as bloggers, as podcasters, as vloggers, we have to get out here. We have to be a part of this struggle so that we can see this time in history and make sure that truth comes out from it. Because there are a lot of people who are going to give you commentary. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to say, well, he should have complied. How long have we been compliant? How long has the black community been compliant? We've been too damn compliant. And that's the God knows truth. And I'm getting sick and tired of seeing this. The crazy thing about it is that night after night, we are being programmed and our senses are being dulled and we are being numb to what is happening around us. That's the God knows truth. Murder is just an everyday occurrence. And then the crazy part about it is they blame it on us. They blame it on us. Oh yeah, black on black crime. Black on black crime is a myth. Crime is about proximity. If you live around black people, you're going to have black crime. If you live around white people, you're going to have crime. Asian people crime, Spanish people crime. And the crazy part about all of this is that there are manuals, there are books, there is teaching, and it goes down from father to son to father to son to make you feel as though that the black man needs to die. He doesn't need justice. But the one thing that I'm starting to see right now, I'm like, man, can a black man get justice in America? Yeah, I'm excited right now. I'm serious. And this is why God has called me for such a time as this, because I realize right now that there has to be a place for us to be safe. There has to be a place where activism and faith meet, because in times like this, we have got to have faith. We have got to have a trust in God, even when we are angry and want to burn shit down. That's the God knows truth. But I'm here to tell you right now, man, that justice, that God's vengeance is rolling through right now. And even though we can't see it at times, and even though we don't understand, like, God, why? God is still present. He's a present help in time of need. And so I'm not going to lie, man. Just to see that video and the fact that you could shoot inside of a car says a lot. Says a lot. Because we just saw a woman get tased and a cop get fired. Y'all could have very well tased that man instead of shot that man in the back. And that's just what I saw. And then I went live to try to, to spread the word about the protests that are going on. And the crazy thing about it is that you have a mixture. You want people that are protesting for the side of justice. And then you also have people that are mad. I'm going to just say this. I don't condemn, nor do I condone rioting, but I understand it. And that's the God knows truth, because rioting is the language of the unheard. And Dr. King said that. And the crazy part about it is that you have affluent and black privileged blacks that are going to talk about this whole situation tomorrow morning, and as well as the rioting. And that's the only time you're going to hear these Negroes' voice, because they too busy being accepted to even care about the black community. They'll talk about the black community. But the crazy thing about all of this is that their level of privilege and acceptance from the white community and people that accepted them, they are loyal to. And so the one thing about black privilege is supposed to get you above the scratch line. You're supposed to help your people and community get above the scratch line. But some of us get black privilege and then we use it, weaponize it to attack the black community and tell them what they need to be and what they need to do. And if they would just focus on themselves, then this whole thing about racism would be non-existent. And the crazy part about it is that there's only a level of acceptance given by whites to a certain few. You have to be a certain color, because you're starting to see it now. A white man can tell you how black you are. You're not black enough. Or that you need to be light. You need to be, light, bright, almost white. To have any type of appeal, to have any type of, acceptance. And so these are the lies that even we as black people have bought into. We've bought into the whole lie that we don't need men anymore. We don't need fathers. We've been sold that crock of lie, that crock of shit from slavery. Yeah, I said it. I said it because I'm angry. And you know what this has done. And people say, man, we can't focus on what happened in the past. I'm going to tell you this. This is what has happened. We got stuck in a moment in time, and we need God to bring us forward and bring us present. And the only way that is going to come is by us acknowledging it and realizing that not only are we responsible to allow God to heal it, but those who caused it need to heal it as well. And it starts with the church. The church needs to admit its part. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. We was looking for a fucking apology from the White House. Fuck the apology from the White House. I need a fucking apology from the Pope. I need a fucking apology from a lot of these evangelical preachers. That's what we need. We need a recognition of our humanity. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you right now, until they see your humanity, that's what Fred Price said. Until they see your humanity, they will never recognize you nor reconcile with you, because they think they're better than you. And I'm not trying to say that I am anti-white. I'm anti-racist. That's what I am. And I'm getting sick and tired of seeing systems that supposed to protect, kill, and maim in the name of justice. And the crazy part is that it seems like the only people that get justice are those with white privilege and acknowledge that white privilege and can weaponize it at any given time. Dylan Roof made it to the police station. Matter of fact, he went to fucking Burger King. So, oh my God. I ain't gonna lie. I just got done watching Lovecraft Country. And I just was thinking about Watchmen. And I was seeing, man, it's crazy, man, how some of these shows are prophetic. I'm serious. Definitely Watchmen. You know, Lovecraft Country just started. So I don't know how deep that's going to go, but we'll see. But I want to tell you guys, we asked for 2020 vision, and now you're seeing it. I know it may not be the vision that you wanted. I know it may not be what you imagined, but I'm here to tell you today it is here. And that's the God knows truth. So, man, something has to give. We have got to get to the place where we got to wake up. I'm telling you. We've got to wake up, because if we do not wake up, we're going to be lost. And that's the God knows truth. I'm serious. I'm praying to God that he will begin to give us answers. So, y'all know how I am when it comes to certain topics and certain subjects. Yeah, I might be the cussing preacher, but I ain't trying to curse. I'm not trying to pronounce death. But the one thing I will say is this. We need for the activists and deliverers to rise up now. Because, trust me, I feel the frustration. I'm serious. I feel the frustration. I feel the frustration. You know, and it's to the place where I'm like, man, is it even worth it anymore? It is worth it. We got to keep going, because I'm serious. I refuse to close my eyes without saying something regarding the time in which we are. Now, granted, what God has given me, I know I'm not going to finish it. Someone else will. But the one thing you're going to know I started it. You're going to know my voice was in it. You're going to know my hands was in it. You're going to know that I pushed hard for it, because I believe that we cannot be a people that talk about freedom and talk about deliverance and not be involved in issues like this. Not be involved in social justice, not be involved in the fight against injustice. And the crazy thing about it, it's not just for just black men. It's for if you black, period. I don't care what you are. I'm getting sick and tired, man, of seeing us die by police. I'm getting sick and tired of us dying, period. But when it's supposed to be those who are called to protect and serve, and we pay taxes, how is it that my taxes got me executed? How is it that my taxes got me executed before I was able to even go before a jury, before my peers? How is it that my taxes now can't even afford to get me buried if I happen to die? How come my taxes can't even afford me the freedom of having a civil trial for my family for free? And then the crazy part is that the police are totally scot-free. You can't sue them personally. And that is why the law needs to change. Seriously. So, it's too much. I'm serious. It is too much when you look at what happened with George Floyd and you look at where we are right now. I ain't gonna lie. We are in the beginning of this struggle. The middle's definitely going to be messy, but I believe God that this whole thing is going to be crushed. But the one thing that I admire our president about is that he is the one that is bringing all this racism to the surface. Seriously. He's like a butter churn. You know, he's bringing the cream to the crop, to the top rather, the cream to the top. That's what he's doing. He's draining the swamp. He gave that prophetic message about draining the swamp. He is draining the swamp. And everything that was hidden is being exposed. The racism is being exposed. The motivation of people's hearts are being exposed. Greed is being exposed. The crookedness in government is being exposed. It's all being exposed. And so, you know, you can't get mad, you know, due to the fact of, yeah, he is a pro-black president. You want to know why he's a pro-black president? And I'm starting to agree with those now. It's not for what you said about him getting men out of jail. It's the fact that he's pro-black and he's allowing people to be seen for what they really are. The things that have been enemies to the black people. That is what I agree with. Yeah, he's the most pro-black president that I've ever seen. He's the most pro-black president I've ever seen that can get into a situation and bring people's true identity to the surface. So thank you. Thank you, Mr. Trump. Thank you, President Trump, because you're allowing me to see who the enemy is. You're allowing me to see the Judas that is in the midst, that has black skin but a white soul, a white supremacist soul at that. Thank you, President Trump, that you are allowing the whole motivations of people's hearts to be exposed. When it comes to the church, when it comes to coronavirus, when it comes to the whole thing about racism. So I want to say thank you for that. And a lot of you guys may disagree with me, and I get it. I don't blame you. But at the end of the day, you got to understand that that party in which he represents is not the party anymore that freed the slaves. Seriously, not like that. Because I look at it like this. You still have people that are losing their businesses that are black. You still have people that are still going to jail because they're black. And then they want to talk about X, Y, Z. And I ain't going to lie. Thank you for letting a majority of us out. Thank you when it came to coronavirus. I appreciate it. But I also want to say thank you for allowing us to see who's who. And that's the God knows truth. So you guys can have the fact. I get it. You go to where your loyalties are. You go to where to the person that brought your freedom. You go be loyal to that person. I totally get it. Doesn't matter whether or not they right or wrong, the fact that they got you free. And so whoever gets you free, that's the person who you're loyal to. But I want to tell you this. The enemy can make you free too, just to get you on his side. Because he may know that you are a valuable asset, and they know that you have drive, and they know that you have vision. They just need you to get on their side, to get on their team, so that they can use you. And then once they're done, they ain't even gonna remember your name. Seriously. Look at all the other people who were there, and now they ain't no more. Look at all the people who supported, and now all of a sudden, now they ain't nobody taking their calls. So my question is this: do you want to be a tool? And that goes both ways. Seriously. My thing is, you have to be about community. And you have to be about the community in which you come from. And that's the God knows truth. I've heard it, man. I've heard it from dear people. All black people want is a handout. I'm like, man, please, you bought into that lie. I totally get it. You bought into the lie. You know, we fight amongst each other. You know, our women, they get hurt and wounded. Next thing you know, all these niggas ain't shit. Our men get hurt and wounded. What these bitches want from a nigga? We got to wake up. And we have got to come together more than ever. And it starts with us. We got to get our economics together. We got to get our financial house together. And like I said, and I still say this, I don't know if white church is safe, especially if that white pastor is not talking about issues of injustice, especially if they're not talking about issues that affect the black community today. If it's just about, you know, us having a dream and God taking us into revival, yeah, all right. Maybe that might not be the place. If they talking about sending money to Israel, maybe that might not be the place. Because as much as I love the people of Israel, I'm like, right now, man, I need my money to go into my community. That's the God knows truth. I don't need my money going out. I need my money staying in. And I'm going to tell you this. You can't have so much daggone revelation and a prophetic eye like Isaiah and still tell people, you know, still not, and still be so insulated and still tell people that, you know, God has given me a word, but he hasn't given me, you know, permission to release it. Do you really need permission to release and say something, what's right and what's wrong? Ain't nobody telling you to break it down. But even if you just said, yo, that's wrong. I would rather take that than for you to just stay silent, because Martin Luther King said this: we will not remember the words of our enemies, but it will be the silence of our friends that we remember. And I'm seeing so many men of faith be silent in times like this. And that's what frustrates me the most, because I know you have a prophetic voice. I know you have an apostolic anointing that can order and structure things. And yet stay silent. And the reason why some stay silent is because they don't want to mess up relationship. They don't want to mess up future platforms if they stand with something present today. I totally get it. Your money could dry up. I totally get that. But I know one thing, man. I know as for me, I will not sell my soul and I will not sell my community. That's the God knows truth, because our community looks to us in times like this. Our community looks to us to be the moral compass. And if we are willing to stay silent, what does that say about the offices in which we are in? As pastor, as prophet, as apostles, as evangelists, as teachers, as overseers. Something got to give. So, yeah, this is my rant for the night, because I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing stuff like this. And the crazy thing about it is that the next morning or even a few hours later, now you want to gather all the black people together to talk. And oh yeah, we need the rioting needs to stop. The black people, if they would just do that's trust. You want to get it. I'm telling you. You got talking heads who are getting paid right now to gear up what they're going to say for tomorrow morning. And I'm praying to God that video goes viral, because it makes no sense. Shoot that man in the back 7 times. Bang, 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 bang. Seriously. I'm going to play it again. Hopefully I can find it. No, I can't find it. It ain't up no more. But the one thing I want you guys to understand and know is this. Is that something has to give. Something has to give. And that's the God knows truth. Something has to give. And it starts, man, with us realizing, hey, man, we got to be honest with ourselves, man. We got to have integrity, amongst ourselves. Integrity to the point where we're not willing to sell out our community. We're not willing to sell out our people. But I'm starting to see that. 15 minutes of fame. TV spot. A selfie. Photo op. All I need you to do is just say da 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 da. All I need for you to do is just be silent. So I'm telling you, man, we got to wake up. And that's the God knows truth.
Walk in the truth that makes you free every day. Follow Brother Leon on all social media outlets.